Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Business with professional Ayumu Kagami. So, in business today...
I couldn't resist. Alright, no, this is not business talk. What are you doing? This is our talking Skype show thing.
Skype segment? Pfft, I don't need a friggin' tie for... I can't get the tie off.
Don't strip, please. Okay, so today's topic is top 5 favorite childhood TV shows. Us being 90s kids expect a lot of that.
Who doesn't love the 90s? It was the year when the 90s happened.
Exactly.
So, cartoons! Everyone loves them because they're cartoons and... Yeah. It's cartoons.
They do cartoony things.
So we got our top 5, and we'll start with number 5, go up the list, and then number 1 being the most epic in our childhoods. Sid's favorite. Whatever.
You start with your number 5.
I will start.
We don't know each other's lists.
We don't. We've completely ignored telling each other because it's more interesting that way. But my number 5 is the 80s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, I think it came out in the 80s. I think it went into the 90s a little bit. But the original, it was just awesome. I mean, it dragged on, but best. Not best, but I loved it. And that's what real Ninja Turtles is. And then they made a whole bunch of spin-offs, and there's a junk compared to it.
Absolute junk.
But, so that is my number 5. I love Ninja Turtles. So, what is your number 5?
Doesn't love Ninja Turtles. Okay. My number 5 is the old Nickelodeon sketch comedy show All That.
All That is awesome.
It is. It's so fun. I still watch clips of it online, but I think my favorite sketch on that was what was it? Something moment with Pierre Escar. It's Kenan Thompson in a bathtub as a French guy. It's hilarious.
I love it. All right, so.
But and a lot of comedians now have been on that show at one point or another, and it's kind of a children's version of Saturday Night Live, but it's still hysterical because the comedy back then was a lot funnier than it is now for kids anyway. Anyway,
with older shows, they got away with some like weird things, like with the Amanda Show, they said Penelope Taint. You couldn't get away with that nowadays, but they meant no harm. But no, you can't get away with that nowadays. And they mentioned underwear. But anyway, so on to my number 4. Mine is Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck.
I loved it. I mean, like, I'm so bad with names, I can't remember the other characters. But the little girl, like, she was the one who actually did stuff. And Darkwing, which is horrible, but, oh my god, I loved it so much.
I don't remember everything about that show, very, very vaguely. I know what you're talking about, though.
That show was awesome!
Drinking Pepsi? Sponsor. Bring us some Pepsi.
Mountain Dew too. Sponsor. So what is your number upside down H?
My number upside down H is Rugrats.
Rugrats is good.
And that show back then wasn't all that funny, but actually I recently because I didn't understand things. But I recently actually looked at it on Netflix. And some of the things said, it's just like, what?
Not all that.
But
All that doesn't count. Wait.
What?
No. All Grown Up.
All Grown Up was awful. It does not count. I'm talking about the original
The
Rugrats.
All Grown Up special is about where Rugrats died. Because the special was cool. Because it was a special. Just a one-time thing. One-time thing. Once! But no. Have to go and continue.
Well, yeah, the All Grown Up thing was not the same, but still, my microphone keeps falling over. Stay up! Okay.
My number 3 is Rugrats. So we just covered everything with Rugrats, but it's my number 3.
Okay.
So your number 3 is
My number backwards E
oh.
is Pokemon.
Pokemon. Woo! I love Pokemon.
Pokemon. Okay. Well, first of all, it's just very entertaining to watch because it's battling creatures against each other. Also, the games are fantastic. I'm talking about. Well, they're still pretty good because the concept really hasn't changed all that much. I mean, my favorite one is Pokemon Silver, but this isn't about games. This is about the TV show, Pokemon. It was. I don't know. It was really good. I mean, I was young, so it was just, it entertained me. That's why I watched it.
And it taught you to become the very best, to try hard, to make monsters, animals fight each other. I mean, it taught friendship and love and caring for animals.
Absolutely.
Like hugs.
All of that.
Yeah. Body Slam wasn't throwing yourself, it was giving them a hug.
Right. All right. You want your number 2.
My number 2 is the Animaniacs.
I never really liked that show, actually.
Hello, Nurse.
I never really liked that show.
What?
Don't look at me like that.
This friendship is over!
I couldn't get into it.
Hello, Nurse.
Stop explaining
Nurse.
the show.
Nurse. That's all I gotta say is, hello, Nurse.
Okay. All right. You want my number 2 now?
I suppose.
Okay. Okay. Yu-Gi-Oh. The original Yu-Gi-Oh.
Card games on motorcycles.
None of that GX crap.
What? What's wrong with rapping and playing card games and becoming possessed by a demon and becoming the villain?
No. See, where Yugi and the Pharaoh, Yami were just the one with the Millennium Puzzle. It was... I loved the show. Because it was about a card game that had... And I played the card game, too, and I always wondered, well, why don't my cards appear as holograms? Like, I was young, and I tried over and over again, because I had a dual disc. And I put, there's no hologram. What the heck? Come on!
Nothing made you a more badass little kid than when you just go...
And when you had dual disc, and then you start dueling. Me and my brother both had one.
That was so awesome. But
Love
now
Yu-Gi-Oh.
there's Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal.
And I refuse. Apparently the old Yu-Gi-Oh is coming back because I see a lot of cards in the stores that are like Yu-Gi-Oh Legends, and it shows Yu-Gi on the freaking box.
Well, he is Yu-Gi.
All the old cards.
That's like half. That's like 2/3 of the name. It's Yu-Gi-Oh, and he's Yu-Gi.
Anyway,
my number 1, numero uno, Articuno, is Pokemon.
hey!
Yeah, Pokemon. That was my all-time favorite show when I was a kid. And like when Pikachu is left from the party, it's like, no. And if you didn't at least tear up a little bit in that part, you're a cold, heartless person, and you deserve what you get. I need a moment. Just give your number 1.
It's gonna be okay. Is it bad that I'm laughing at you right now?
I love you, Pikachu.
Okay, my number 1 is not a cartoon. It's not a Legends of the Hidden Temple game show.
That was a
Please
TV
tell me
show?
you watched that.
No.
You didn't watch the Legends of the Hidden Temple game show, you
No.
little
I've
Pikachu
never heard of it.
crybaby. It was an old game show on Nickelodeon.
Nickel what now?
Nickelodeon
Nickel what?
sponsor. Old game show. It was just a group of like whatever color they were monkeys, whatever color they were cobras or the iguanas or something like that.
Purple monkeys.
Purple monkeys. So you have seen it.
No.
and they just compete in random tasks. Eventually, they choose 2 people to go through this giant temple thing and retrieve like an amulet and run down and get out without being caught
By Indiana Jones.
by the Native Americans of Doom.
That's offensive.
I
I
shouldn't
personally, as 1/100,000th of a Native American, am highly offended by that.
Shut up. Okay, so those are our top 5 childhood TV shows. Feel free to post in the comments below what yours are and give us your opinion. But until next time, he is
Ayumu Kagami, and that is...
Knightmare, rather, reminding you to always change your underwear.
Because... I forgot to. But hey, have a good night, everyone, and don't ignore what I just said, because I occasionally change my underwear. Bye!